Boom, boom. Hello, children. So, as you can tell, we are starting the Terminator series. We just finished doing Star Wars, and we had a blast doing Star Wars. We ended it on a lovely note by discussing in full detail why we do not like Rise of Skywalker. But that is neither here nor there. We are officially starting the Terminator franchise, which is an interesting franchise. You have people that claim that only 1 and 2 are really good, and then the series goes like to shit from there. You have people that like 3, you have people that like 4, you have people that like Genesis, all 5 people that like Genesis. You have people that shit all over Dark Fate for what it did. We're not gonna reveal how we feel about Dark Fate yet, or well, we haven't seen half this franchise yet. We've only seen 1, 2, and Dark Fate because those were the only ones that mattered when Dark Fate was coming out. So right off the bat, Terminator numero uno came out in the 80s, which was the best time to live for action movies. Um, I've always said it, if I had a time machine, I would go to the 80s and stay there for the rest of my life because the 80s were just simpler time. Hell, it's better than living in these times right now. But Terminator came out in 1984. This was directed by James Cameron right after Alien. Oh no. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Ridley Scott directed Alien. Oh my god. I think he directed Aliens and then he directed this, but regardless, this was James Cameron in his prime. He directed this, then he directed T2, then he directed Titanic. I mean, look at that streak, bro. But so what did you think of, well, you've already seen it, but upon rewatch, how do you feel about the very first Terminator, Senor Kevin?
I thought it was a really good film. I enjoyed it a lot. It was one of those action-packed movies that you just can't get off of it, you know? You don't have to pay attention too much and yeah, it's one of
The
those actions.
I like this movie a lot, believe it or not. It's not T2, but oh, this fucking movie, a lot of people, it has respect, it really does, but a lot of people shit on it because of its effects. Listen, there's certain movies that when you watch them, it's either when you watch a movie from the 80s, it's either two things. It's either you're gonna shit on it for its effects. In terms of the effects, you're either gonna shit on it for its effects, or you're gonna say, oh well, the effects don't really hold up, but back in the day they were great. To me, I don't shit on the effects in this movie. There's one scene where the effects look like shit. It's the scene where they're getting chased by the Terminator, and it's in the skeleton form, and they're like trying to open the door, and I guess they used green screen for the effect. It looked horrendous. That looked really bad. But other than that, I first of all, I really like how the skeleton form of Terminator, it like they made it stop motion. I like it. I don't think it looks bad at all. It looks a little cheesy, but it's the 80s. Speaking of the 80s, this movie is the epitome of an 80s action movie. It's fucking hilarious. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love this movie, but my god, this movie is so 80s. The music is so like just techno and just oh my god, I fuck that boom 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 like that. It's so fucking cool. The the look, the way everyone dresses is hilarious. I laugh so hard. Listen, I'm glad that this movie doesn't try to be something that it's not. Okay, it knows that it takes place in the 80s. It commits to it being in the 80s. Everyone dresses like they're in the 80s. They look ridiculous. People fucking have spikes for hair and shit. Fucking Linda Hamilton has this hairstyle. Oh my god. Only in the fucking 80s. I swear to god. It's hilarious. Um, but my god, this movie is so 80s. You know, like people shit on the horror movies that came out back then for being too 80s. I mean, I'm not gonna shit on this movie because it's a great movie, but my god, this movie is so 80s. Like that's literally all you can watch this movie and say. Like the action, the way everything looks, it's so. I think I've said the word 80s about 10 times in the last minute. I'm gonna stop saying 80s. So let's talk about the positives, which there's more positives than negatives, honestly. Which I don't even really have any negatives to this movie, but right off the bat, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Terminator. Holy shit. This fucking guy. Before they ruined the Terminator, this fucking guy. Oh. People say, oh, like, people sometimes fantasize, oh, like, what horror movie person would you want to get chased by, Jason or Michael? I would never want to get chased by the fucking Terminator. This is like all of the horror movie characters combined into one. That's the way I view the Terminator. He's invincible, pretty much like Michael Myers, and he's always coming back to life like Jason. It's really fucking scary. You know, it's fucking amazing how. First of all, Arnold Schwarzenegger is fantastic as the Terminator, and he doesn't really even need to do much. He just needs to walk around and look intimidating. If that was all that was in the contract, he fucking nailed it. You know, he's so great. This is one of the greatest, and people don't even want to call this a horror movie. Bullshit, bro. This movie is horrifying. I don't give a shit what anybody says. There's some scenes in this movie. Whew, the scene where he comes back when they blow him up in the truck and then they think that they won and he comes out of that wreckage in the skeleton form. Oh my god. It's amazing, you know. And I really like the scene where he. And also the effects are very good. But the effects where he has to rip his eye out because it's damaged. Oh fuck. That is ugh. That's terrifying. Um I like oh my god, what's his name? I forgot his fucking name. Michael Biehn as Kyle Reese. He's very good in this movie. You know, I like how this movie starts. It doesn't really build anything up. It's just smack out from the beginning. Oh, Arnold lands, and then Kyle Reese lands, and you're wondering. You're like, what the fuck is going on, bro? You have these two people that just came out of the sky, and they're over here doing these crazy things. You're like, what the fuck is going on? But I like the character of Kyle Reese a lot. You know, Michael Biehn is really good. Linda Hamilton is to me. It might be a weird comparison, but I view Linda Hamilton pretty much like Luke Skywalker. That's the way I see it. Only she doesn't bitch and complain in her first role. She she's a normal person, and then she's you know she has to evolve. And to me, she has pretty much the same arc as Luke Skywalker to me. She goes from not knowing what the fuck she's doing to when you get to Terminator Dark Fate, where she's fucking blowing up Terminators like it's nothing. That's the way I view it. Um, I like the world building and I like the shots in the future. That all looks fantastic. You can't shit on those effects. They look great. You know, it's a lot of practical effects. The pacing in this movie is great. It's only like an hour and 40 something minutes long, which is perfect. You know, it doesn't try to do anything crazy. It's a straightforward action movie that, you know, people don't want to call it a horror movie. I consider it a horror movie 100%. You know, every time Halloween time comes around, Terminator is definitely on my list because it is fucking terrifying. You know, just like Alien, people want to consider like Alien a sci-fi movie only, bro. What? If you had a fucking xenomorph coming at you, you'd shit yourself. Um. Oh, what's next? What's next? I mean, we pretty much hit everything. I like the scene. Well, what would be a favorite scene for you, Kevin?
Um, when he has to take out the skin of his eye and like turn it into that and puts on those classic black glasses.
Yo, I don't know why did the effect look weird to you when he took out his eye? It looked weird, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
I
But
think
it was
they used an animatronic. I think they did because it looks really weird. I mean, it's not like the way he looks with the skeleton weird, but you can definitely tell the shift in effects. You're like, because most of it is practical, and again, I would much rather watch a movie like this than a movie that just uses CGI for everything, you know. But what else? What else? The I liked all the stuff with the police. They act like normal people. They don't act like movie police where they're trying to just be heroes, and the police like die viciously. Um, I like the captain. He was hilarious for some reason. I don't know. I just found him funny. Um, I like how this movie ends. Like first of all, the last 30 minutes of this movie is fucking incredible. I'm sorry. The last 30 minutes of this movie, that whole chase sequence is fantastic. And I don't know how Sarah Connor fought that thing. If I was Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese had died, and after that part where he blows up the Terminator, if that thing came back to life, I'd be like, just fucking kill me at this point. Just fucking kill me at this point. Cause literally, he got blown up twice and he's still alive, bro. No way. I'd be like, just fucking kill me. Right, there you go. I have virtually done everything I can to fucking kill you, and you're still breathing. Or well, not breathing, but you're still alive.
operating.
Just kill me, please. Kill me. Do me the favor. I like how Arnold has to go. I like how it's not just find Sarah Connor, kill her. I like how there's different versions of Sarah Connor. I guess it creates variety for the movie. Um, I don't know why. For some reason, I really find it so funny when he kills the first Sarah Connor. He's just like, Sarah Connor. She's like, yes. Boom! And he just fucking shoots her. I was like, oh my god. I like how the Terminator just has no emotion. He's just like, all right, you see, you're my target, and I'm just gonna fucking kill you now. I did find it weird when he approached Sarah in the Tech Noir Club, and he just points the gun in her face, and she just doesn't move. Like, that was a little unrealistic. I would not react like that. I would get the fuck out of there pretty
I
fast.
think just she had that. Oh yeah, my life's over. Done.
I like for some reason I like that they use dogs to spot Terminators. I like that. Like, I don't know, it makes it feel a little bit more real. Like, cuz when you hear the concept for the future in this movie, it sounds so unrealistic, but I guess them using dogs makes it feel like, oh, well, it's not totally, unrealistic. Like, human things still take place. I don't know. That's just me. I think weird things. The one thing that I kind of not like in this movie is the scene where they have sex. I feel like they just did that to say like, oh yeah, he's the father, and if they didn't show that they had sex, I don't think they were ever gonna have sex, or like John was never gonna get made. So I don't know. That's the only scene that, like, to me, that scene just comes out of nowhere. I was like, all right, we're here now. I don't
Yeah,
know. That's the only scene to me that I have an issue with, but
it like
regard,
it makes sense, but at the same time it kind of doesn't. You know.
it happens really fast too, and it's so. Oh my god! Again, this sex scene is so 80s. Like, and the fact that they do it to the Terminator theme, that just felt weird. Like, they're having sex and shit, do 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 do. It was like, oh, okay, I guess. Maybe that's why they changed the Terminator theme, cause they were like, oh well, that now they kind of violated the Terminator theme, you know. But I mean, do you have anything else to add? I think I've covered everything.
Yeah, that's just pretty much it. This movie was just amazing.
That's gonna do it. Terminator came out in 1984. It is a fucking classic if I've ever seen one. We are gonna be reviewing Terminator. Well, we just reviewed Terminator. We're gonna do Terminator 2 in a couple of days. Then 3, Salvation, Genesis, and Dark Fate. You can tell my excitement, but regardless, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for listening, and please go and check out all the Star Wars reviews that we did. We had a blast doing them, and look out for the Terminator reviews very soon. And please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you on the next review for Terminator Judgment Day. See you.